What's happening, YouTube? It's Julian, aka Just Julian H. Don't forget the H. And today is a juicy topic because I hear this question so many times. We're going to talk about, or we're going to answer the question, does lifting weights make you bulky? This is something I've heard many times over my years of exercising, working out, doing my own personal program, as well as coaching other people. And it's a very common thing, not to stereotype, but females typically will either ask this question a lot or make this statement. And first off, I think these days there's a very positive movement and positive attitude towards lifting weights that has been embraced, just with more workouts being shown on social media, things like that. There's always pros and cons to social media, especially when it comes to fitness. But I think one of the positive things we have these days is we, as a fitness community, are embracing a lot more strength training, a lot more resistance training. And just a simple answer to the question, does lifting weights make you bulky? The simple question is no. There's always going to be some nuance to that answer, but no. Just the idea of lifting weights of strength training making you quote unquote bulky, the answer is no. Now, everybody has different body types, right? Everybody has different genetics, different genes. Some people gain muscle faster than other people. There's some people gain muscle in certain areas of their body faster than other people. That is a fact. So knowing what your body type is between ectomorphs, endomorphs, and mesomorphs, that's going to be key. Myself, I'm an ectomorph. Typically, we are known to be quote unquote harder gainers. It takes a lot more for us to put on muscle to say somebody who is an endomorph, was typically the other end of the spectrum. People who tend to have shorter limbs, more stockier, wider body parts, and you have mesomorphs who are kind of in the middle. So knowing your body type is definitely important, but just the general idea of doing strength training making you bulky, the answer is no. And the reason the answer is no, without getting into too much science, just kind of giving you a layman's term explanation of why the answer is no, is I think people don't understand how much work it takes to gain muscle in general, but particularly from just strength training to lead you to gaining muscle. The amount of volume it takes, and by volume we mean like the amount of not only just weight you're lifting, but the amount of reps you're lifting, the amount of frequency you're lifting. You have to put in a lot of volume. Even if you're an easy gainer, you have to put in a lot of volume to become quote unquote bulky. So like, when a lot of people think of bulky, they think of maybe somebody who has a bodybuilder type physique, which if that's your goal, that's great, nothing wrong with that. For someone who may not have that goal, just understand that typically somebody who has a bodybuilder type physique typically does a lot of volume to get to that physique. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come with just a few strength training sessions or even a few weeks or a few months. Normally this takes, years to develop the quote unquote bulky physique, to have just that amount of hypertrophic, fancy word for muscular, that sort of muscular build. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of focus to get to that point. So if you're just an average person who has maybe a weight loss goal or just a fitness goal, or a popular term that out here is, toning up, who wants to tone up. Typically with tone up, you mean you want to have some lean, muscular definition. You want to go for more of a quote unquote ripped look. Just doing strength training, even if you're doing 4 to 5 strength training sessions in a week, if you're splitting those up between upper body, between lower body, between push or pull splits, or even full body splits, you're probably going to benefit so much toward your goal of getting ripped. And I guarantee you're probably not going to hit that bulky look until you have years and years of dedication and years of smart programming toward intentionally looking toward a muscular look, if that was your goal. So if you have a fear, or if you have something in the back of your mind is stopping you from wanting to lift weights because you don't want to be, the very muscular look, you can guarantee you, rest assured that you're not going to get there unless you just really hit it hard, unless you're really putting years and years of work, probably The person you see who's maybe too bulky for your standards, they probably are maybe sometimes lifting twice a day, doing multiple sessions in a day to get that look. It takes a lot of work. So on the flip side of that, I don't want to discourage those who want that, because it's definitely achievable to have the muscular look. But just to be somewhere in the middle, between not being too skinny or not having any sort of muscle or definition at all, versus the other end having a whole lot of definition, whole lot of that muscular look. If you want to be somewhere in the middle, do strength training 3 to 5 times a week. You're going to be golden, and you're going to benefit not only from the muscle gains, but the more muscle our body tends to have, typically less fat we're going to have on our body. Typically our metabolism is going to be higher, so we're going to burn fat easier. So it's going to be all around a win-win. So the point of this whole video, don't be scared of strength training. Don't be afraid picking up some weights, putting them down. Embrace them. It's only going to benefit you. And to get quote unquote bulky, it takes a lot. And it takes probably way more than what you're going to do in your typical program. So pick up the weights, put them down, get some strength training, some resistance training in. No matter what you do, guarantee you'll probably see benefits. If you want a program that's going to help you get to your goals, whether you want to look on the muscular side, or just want to be lean and ripped, or just want to decrease your body fat, I'll leave a link in the bio for you to get that. I do offer coaching, not just here where I live in Florida, but all around the world. I offer virtual trainings with nutritional programming. Follow me on Instagram, JustJulianH. I have the same name there as I do on YouTube. Leave a like on this video if you got value from it. Comment on what topic you want to hear me cover next. Subscribe to the channel and turn notifications. Until next time, guys, I will see you on the next video. Peace.